My name is Moneta, and I'm a makeup artist. I have my own business called Beaute Hotwheels, which has been going on for 4 years. And I'm going on a new journey of teaching my arts and sharing what I've learned so far. Zoe's my model, and today I'll be showcasing a bridal, what I like to call enhancing makeup, where I take the woman and I just enhance everything that she has, her eyes, her nose, her lips, and making her look beautiful, natural, and flawless. I like to start with the face. I like to have my face ready. It's my canvas. So we're gonna get started with her skin. I use a cream foundation and a synthetic makeup brush. Okay. And I like to start off in the middle of the face. That's usually where we have the most blemishes. The redness is usually in the center of the face. So I like to apply the product in the center of the face and blend outwards. And then what I like to do is with a beauty blender, it has to be wet. I like to go over and just get that really into the skin. I love the beauty blender. The makeup feels nicer. It's kind of removing some product, excess product, and it's getting it into the skin, into the pores. So once her tone is unified, I like to go in with a highlighter, cream or liquid, and I go a few shades lighter than her foundation. Again, I use a synthetic brush. I like to use a flat brush. Look up. So I start in the corner of the eye because, again, in the deep corners where there's the most darkness or the blue tone or the gray tone. So that's where I really go with a lot of the product. I brush it in and then I kind of diffuse it out again. And I bring it down. I carry it down. So it's basically, you know, the corner, and it kind of goes up on top of the cheekbone. And this is considered her highlight. When a woman sits in my chair, I want to make sure she feels great and she's being pampered, and it's a treat. So
it really does feel good.
I'll try to, you know, do whatever I can to make sure that the woman feels good, because at the end of the day, if she feels good, everything just looks good. So I did underneath her eyes. I'm going to go around her nose for a little extra coverage as well. And as well on the chin, forehead, the middle of the forehead. So now that she's been highlighted, we're going to go in and do the contouring. We're going to give her some color. I'm putting the contour in specific areas on her face. We're going to start by chiseling her cheeks. A trick that many people like to do is, you know, they sunk it in or a smile, but do whatever you have. I like to really use the ear as a reference. Let's turn you around like this. So, like this, smile, yeah. And I bring it down. I treat the neck as I would the face. So I'll put makeup on the neck just so that everything is uniform. Banana powder. This is a drugstore product, Maybelline. It's actually pretty good. It's not expensive. And yeah, been happy with it. So I applied some. It's more of a liquidy texture. And again, now with the beauty blender, I'm just getting it in there. When you bake underneath the eye, before you put the powder, you gotta make sure that the concealer is really smooth, that there's no creasing, because if you put the powder on top of that, it's gonna set that way. It'll set with creases. So make sure that it's smooth and flat, so that way you'll get a nice, flawless, smooth finish. Look up. And now for her contoured areas, I'm gonna go over with loose powder, but I'm gonna apply it with a powder brush so that it's not as much product. So I have a fluffy powder brush. I go into my powder, remove the excess, and go over the contoured areas. Now I go over the contour area again using a dark powdered color. I like it to be matte. I don't like it to be shimmer. And I like to use a small, really precision brush. I use a little brush like this. I love the Hoola from Benefit. It's matte. It's got a nice color. It's very neutral. I feel like it goes on many, many different skin tones. So let's say if you're doing this for yourself, personal, every day, you can skip all the cream steps if you'd like. and just go in with powder. Or you can put a foundation on your face, you know, one simple color all over your face, and then just go over with the hoola if you want, and just give yourself your contour. You don't have to go through all these steps. That's kind of like what I do. I'll put some foundation on my face, I put a little bit of powder all over, a little bit of loose powder, and then I'll go over and contour my face. Okay, we're gonna contour her nose. So I'm going in with the blending brush. It's coming. Her face looks beautiful. After this, the base of the skin is done, I like to do the eyebrows. I like to generally go lighter, a shade or two lighter than the actual brow color, especially if you're going for a fuller brow or if you want it to be thicker. I think lighter is softer. If you would go too dark or the same color of the brow, I find that it gives a more aggressive look. So I'll be going lighter. I'm using a NYX micro brow pencil, taupe. I like to start at the beginning of the eyebrow, kind of following the natural hairs. So I'm moving in an upward motion. I feel like a lot of women lose eyebrows right here around the arch, so I kind of like fill in the arch to create a nice arch. So we go from the bottom here, and then I kind of come up here to the arch and fill it up, the tail of the eyebrow. And I also like to exaggerate the eyebrows and make it longer than the natural line. My favorite product to use for the brows is pencil. I find it's the most precision, it's the best way to cheat an eyebrow. I'm going to be using a NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil, and I'm going to apply it over the lid. I put the product directly on the eyelid, and then with my finger I just kind of blend it outwards. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a fluffy blending brush. I'm going to go in and work the crease and create a nice definition. I'm going to go in and look down. So I like to start like in the beginning of the eye right here, staying above the eyelid, la paupière mobile, and working the crease in windshield wiper motions. I'm gonna go with a packing brush, pick up a nice shimmery warm color, and we're gonna pack it up on her lid to brighten up her lid and give her a nice lid. I'm gonna go in and take the color Fifth Avenue. Okay. And I'm gonna pack it on. So it's not sweeping motion, it's dabbing it, packing it on. So here we go. Just on the lid. La paupière mobile, just like that. Okay. I'm gonna go into a rich brown, a nice dark color, and I'm gonna rework the crease again to give it more definition. I'm gonna take a black eyeliner, waterproof. I'm gonna warm it up a little bit. Look down, and what I'm going to do, it's called tight lining. So I'm going to go up into her into her eyelashes and make a line, and what that's going to do is that it's going to create the illusion of fuller lashes. So look down. So you hold the lid and you get in there. Look down here. Yeah. Okay, there we go. My forehead. I'm going to apply some lashes. I like to use individual lashes the best. I find it gives me more freedom to create a look that I'm going for. It also gives me more freedom to work with the model's eye shape. I use the ones from Ardell. Sometimes I find that if the client closes her eyes, the glue will go at the bottom and it'll just make a mess. So I'll have them look down. So look down for me. And you really want to apply the lashes very, very, very close to the root of the lashes, of the natural lashes. Another reason why I like to use individual lashes is that, you know, if the client gets emotional and she cries, you know, if she tears, the lashes won't move, they won't fall off. Whereas I find when there's a strip, the inside of the lashes tend to come off, and we don't want that to happen. So that's another reason why I like to use individual lashes. There's less chances of the lashes falling off. And also, they're more comfortable. There's not that heaviness of a strip, so it's more comfortable for the client. So I'm just kind of letting the glue dry, and then we're gonna go in with an eyeliner. I'm gonna be doing that with a black gel liner. I like the one from L'Oreal. I'm gonna go in and get a very thin eyeliner brush. Go in there. Remove the excess. I like to just keep my thumb on her eyelid so that it stays put. And depending on the thickness, you know, you just go with the eye. How much lid does she have available? Okay, now look down here. Yeah. So right now I just lined her eye. And now to do the wing, the famous wing, what I'd like to do, the trick that I like to do, because it could be tricky, is I have my model look straight ahead and I follow her natural bottom lash line. So her bottom lash line, I just kind of continue the flow, the line. So look straight ahead. I'm going over with some concealer and a synthetic brush, and I'm just sharpening up the line, the wing. And she's got a nice almond-shaped eye, and so this is very flattering on her. Look down towards me, please. Thanks. Okay, my forehead. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to line her lips, and I'm the queen of nude liners. I have so many. So I really like to match the lip as much as I can. So right now I'm using Velvet Gel from Marcel, hydroproof, waterproof, and it's rosy nude. Okay. I'm gonna go a little bit darker than what's on her lip right now and a little bit more brown. It's from Makeup Forever, Aqua Lip, number 3C, and it's a nice brown nude. Okay, now I'm gonna jump back to the eyes. I'm gonna do her bottom lash line now. So for the bottom lash line, what I like to do is I like to put a light color in her waterline. What this is going to do is that it's really going to open up her eye. Yeah. Once I do that, I like to take again the contour color, the hoola, and I like to put a little shadow all underneath her, the bottom lash line. I love this trick. I picked it up from a makeup artist, and I love it. I think it's a great trick, and it really completes the eye. It's a very minor detail, but it really does make a big difference. Now I'm gonna go in with some highlight. The Estee Edit by Estee Lauder. It's a beautiful shimmery eyeshadow palette. Mix a few colors, because that's what I like to do. And what I'm gonna do, I have a little fluffy brush. I'm gonna remove the baking powder that we used earlier, and I'm gonna look up at the same time deposit a little bit of this shimmer. Okay. So I'm sticking on the top of her cheekbones. Right here, I like to go here too in the temple. Look up. And underneath the eye. Okay, we'll do the other side. And look up. Right now, there's a really big trend with this highlight, and I like highlight. I just don't like to exaggerate it. A little bit of final touches. I'm going to scan her whole face to make sure she doesn't have any loose powder still on her face that's cooking, and making sure that it's flawless. So I like to take a clean, small, fluffy brush and just start kind of brushing away and making sure that everything's smooth, everything's blended. Turn your head this way and look up. Look up. And I'm also going to even warm up her lip a little bit, make it a little bit more peachy. I find it's a bit too pink. So I'm going to go over that. Yeah, warm it up a little bit with the peach. Open your mouth like that, yeah. Okay, I'm going to put some gloss on that. Spray, spray, spray. Beauty blender. Close your eyes. She's got a little bit of mascara that touched underneath. So I'm just taking a clean, look up, clean synthetic brush, and I'm just kind of rubbing it off. Look up. Okay. And there you have it. Voila.